Peace, and welcome to another Friday night Bible study with the Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries. My name is Edward, and beside me is...
Peace, my name's Orlando.
If this is your first time tuning in, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can stay up to date with all of our latest videos. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family so that they can also be edified. Now, our topic of discussion today is only the strong survive.
Yeah.
So I pose this question to you. What does only the strong survive mean to you? We're going to break it down.
You know what? I just want to just to not interrupt, but just to stop, just to put a bit of light onto it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this, you know what? It's such an interesting topic to talk about because this is something that it's something we always hear, and sometimes, some part in our life, we've all experienced this kind of way of surviving or going through something. So I think this is such a good topic to talk about, man. I'm so excited to go through this. And as I said, I want to break this down. I want us to break this down in the simplest form so everyone understands what we're talking about. Because when you really think about the question, how does the strong survive? Yeah, the only strong survives. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Like, what kind of strong is it? Is it the biceps? Is it the what kind of strength is required to survive? I mean, maybe you can even shed some light onto that.
Yeah, sure. So I've done a little bit of research into looking at the actual word strength, right? And what I came up with is strength is the quality or state of being physically strong. See, so as my brother Orlando here mentioned earlier, what is strong? You know, is it the biceps? Is it, you know, how strong you are in the gym and stuff? That's what usually comes to mind when people think of strength, right?
Exactly.
That's
wow, that is interesting because that's the thing. It's like that's what we think, and it's funny because I just mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. And the breakdown mentions it too.
I'm telling you, man, and it doesn't mean anything. I mean, I hope I ain't treading on nothing when I'm saying this, but as my brother Edward has broke it down, it's the physical strength, but does that really mean anything? Does that really mean anything? I like to go and train, same with my brother here. We like to go and train and work out, but what significance does that hold? I never forget. I want to share the story quickly.
Yeah, sure.
I never forget this. So my brother, he back in the day, like, he was really big, really big. He was a proper gym head, a proper meathead the size of a fridge. And I'll never forget, obviously, Elder approached him. Elder, everyone knows who Elder is, the truth. He's the truth, man. If you want to hear the truth about yourself, you go to him. If you're not ready for the truth, you do not speak to him.
No filter.
I'm telling you, he hasn't got no filter whatsoever. And I remember he approached my brother, and he said to him, "Man, you're a big man. He said, "You're a big man, but how strong is your spirit?" And guys, we've got to think about this. We've got to really take this in. He said, "How strong is your spirit?"
See, that alone, sorry to cut you, that alone would confuse a lot of people when somebody asks you how strong is your spirit. Because obviously, like we mentioned earlier, all you're thinking of is the physical strength. You're not thinking of the strength within.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, as I said, like, look at us. We're swollen. We have the protein shakes.
Well, you're more swollen than me, man.
I don't want to say that.
Catch up.
No, but besides all of that, this doesn't mean nothing. It's just more of a physical. Of a flesh, a visual thing. It doesn't really hold that significance to the spiritual strength. Because this is the thing. It's like we that's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean anything. We don't get nothing from that. So what is the spiritual strength? Like, what is having the strength to survive? We have to go back to that title, because that title is so significant to this lesson. So maybe, if you could shed some light onto that, the spiritual strength, what does it mean?
Yeah, sure. So just to finish off on the definition of strength, I wanted to say the strength is like the capacity of an object or substance to withstand great force or pressure, right?
Yes.
But then, like my brother Orlando just now mentioned about spiritual strength, when I looked up spiritual strength, what I got from it is that it mentions that it's the character strength of spirituality involves or capacity to dig deep and find the greater meaning in life.
Meaning you got
right?
to fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
To align ourselves with a purpose that extends beyond ourselves, to find relationship and unity with something greater, such as nature, God, or the transcendent. Right?
Woo! See? We've got it right there.
Yeah.
That's what it stands for. So, and this is the thing, when we're talking about the spiritual side of things, about fighting, this is what it shows us, that again, what you just read there, it doesn't show, we don't, the physical strength doesn't really mean much. Look, I'll give you an example. I've seen men that can look physically strong.
Yeah.
They can look physically strong. They can look the whole part.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they are.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Doesn't mean that the will can't get broken. It doesn't hold that significance. And this is what we want to talk about. We want to identify strength. We want to identify what is a real fight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, only the strong survive. It requires fights. It requires endurance, and it requires strength. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we want to really go down to detail of it. Why do we say this? Especially, as I was mentioning earlier about the black community, especially my mum. I remember back in the day.
We can all relate to this.
Yeah. And then you're winding up your mum, and then you're winding her up, provoking her, and then she comes around with, "Oh Lord, give me strength." You heard it all the time. "Lord, give me strength," because she wants to lay the smack down on you.
Yeah, that's true.
But what strength is she trying to get?
Yeah.
But anyway, besides that,
she's calling for strength from above, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And how does she perceive that? How does that come across? How does it look? And this is what we want to break down. We want to go down to the depth of it, and just keep following us. And guys, I promise you're going to like what you're hearing today. So please like and subscribe, man, so we can hit everyone outside there, man, so they can hear this truth. As you know, every weekend we always speak the truth about the Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries. So please, guys, if you're hearing this, please like and subscribe, man. Really appreciate it. So moving forward, the title again, "The Only Strong Survive." What do we think about when we say that only strong survive? As I said, let's break it down. Let's break down the word strength. What does strength mean? You explained it earlier. It's a strength you use to fight a certain force. Yeah. When we think of this in the biblical term, who comes to mind? Who do you think comes to mind?
Well, for me, straight away would be someone like Samson. Straight away, someone like Samson. You know. He's got all the physical strength, you know. You see him; he's a big man, you know, muscles.
Big man.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. Samson comes to mind.
Yeah, it does, because when you think about Samson, think about the things that he's done.
Yeah,
like he's ripped a lion apart. Imagine. Yeah. When you see the scripture, he ripped the lion apart. Like a kid. Yeah. Like when it means kid, it means a goat. Like a baby goat.
Yeah.
He ripped it apart
with ease as well.
Exactly. He ripped it apart with ease. Yeah. Furthermore, he didn't just do that. He's got quite a few stories. We can go through that actually. Like he's got a few stories. There's even one when he pushed the pillars and killed like thousand people.
That's probably the most well-known story that he's known for, right?
Yeah. Like what else? He's got quite a few. I think we should go through that. I think we should definitely go through it, because that would describe the strength that he had. Yeah, and you might find a pattern. You might notice a little pattern while we read the script, while we read these scriptures. Yeah. So just follow us. We're going to go through the Bible at this moment. Is there any scripture you want to go through first before I find one?
Let me see.
Based on Samson. If not, I would like to go through one.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Judges chapter 14.
Okay. Judges 14.
Yeah.
Judges 14 from which verse?
So I would like to go through Judges chapter 14 verse 5.
Verse 5, yeah, 2.
Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to be reading is about is about, basically, what I'm going to be reading is about Samson and his might, how strong this guy was. Yeah? Follow me as I read this, because I'll be talking forever. So let's get to the scripture. Right, so, actually, Edward, can you read, please?
Yeah, sure. Just feel free to intervene whenever you want me to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Judges chapter 14, from verse 5. Then went Samson down, and his father and his mother, to Timnath, and came to the vineyards of Timnath. And behold, a young lion roared against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid. And he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father or his mother what he had done.
So, I mean, if you read the whole of Samson, if you read the whole book of Samson, it is a really interesting story, because I don't want to give away too much yet, but if you do read his story, you would understand that if you check his makeup and who he really was, he wasn't just a man of strength. See, that's the first hint there I'm giving you. I'm not giving them, don't give them no more. So that was the first hint, yeah? But if you see what he just done, I mean, look, I know I'm strong. I know you're strong. Yeah, I know there's a lot of strong people out there, but who can honestly rip a lion?
No.
Rip a lion apart like a baby goat? I don't even know if I can even rip a baby goat. Yeah.
Can you just imagine how tough it must be to rip an animal's jaws wide open, like to break through the bones with your bare hands, you know, no weapon to help you or anything, no apparatus, just straight to rip it with your bare hands. That must be difficult.
No, of course.
That must be difficult. And let alone not just that, but even like the sight of a lion alone would make me run away. You know,
yeah, you're telling me.
You know? Lord, that alone would make me run away, let alone to confront it and then to, you know, put my hand in its mouth and tear open its jaw, you know.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Let alone, I mean, I'll run away from a lion, I mean, let alone a rock gorilla. I mean, that is so true what you're saying. I 100% agree with you. It's just the thought of doing it and thinking about it. The thought of doing it is one thing, and then doing it is a whole different thing. So that's what Samson's showing. He's showing his might. He's showing his power. I want to do a few more scriptures based on Samson. There's another one that I wanted to read. Is verse 18. Yeah, so it's the same chapter.
Chapter 14, yeah?
Yeah, verse 8. If you can just read that for me, please. Obviously, because you're a better reader than me.
So, verse 18 reads, And the men of the city said unto him on the 7th day, before the sun went down, What is sweeter than honey? And what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, If ye had not plowed with my heifer, ye had not found out my riddle. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he went down to Ashkelon and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoil, and gave change of garments unto them, which expounded the riddle. And his anger was kindled, and he went up to his father's house. But Samson's wife was given to his companion, whom he had used as his friend.
Thank you. So, what do you get from that? Like, again, I mean, as I said, there's a message here. There's a constant pattern. Yeah, I'm going to read a few more scriptures, but I'm sure you can see it already, right?
Yeah.
There's a constant pattern there, of him using his might and using his strength. But there's something you're going to notice, and you probably even noticed it now. But we're going to go through these scriptures, and then we're going to conclude right near the end.
See how he slew. It mentions in there in verse 19, right? How he slew 30 men. Now, it meant 1 against 30. That is a lot. That's a lot of people. You know what I mean? Sometimes a one-on-one fight is hard enough, let alone 30. Imagine 30 people coming at you from all different angles, you know, and it's just you versus them. It can't be easy.
I think it can be, mate. That's what you're talking about. I've got these skills a lot.
For you, not for me, man.
I'm joking, no. I'll be running with you, man. Don't worry. No, but this is the point. Okay, all jokes aside. But There's you made a valid point there, and they're not just any kind of men. This is what we got to understand. They're not like just any men that just had a nice little drink up and then they're gonna go and fight.
Yeah,
these are men of war.
Yeah.
It's a different type
who know how to fight just like you.
Exactly. It's these kind of men. So they weren't just any men. Just just like your average guy, as we say. Yeah, it was they were men of war, and he just destroyed all of them. I love that. I love hearing that, man. But I can't wait to conclude. This part is gonna be sweet.
I mean, it's like when you see in movies, right? Like, I'll give an example. A movie that comes to mind for me. There's plenty of movies, obviously, but a movie that comes in mind for me would be something like The Matrix. I know it's kind of surreal and everything, but you see, like, with The Matrix, when Neo goes to fight, like, all the different Agent Smiths coming at him, you know, and there's loads, there's like hundreds, then there's thousands all cloned coming at him, you know, and he manages to defeat them all. You know what I mean? It's sort of like that. That sort of image comes to mind, you know?
It's true, and he's just wiping them all out. And that's just a movie. In real life, he's like peppering shots.
Exactly.
He's ducking like it's rain. But no, that's the kind of image. No, I get the concept of what you're saying. I do agree with that, man. That's what I'm saying. But he's done it in real life and destroyed them. There's a big difference. But that's a very good explanation there, man. A good example, I mean. So, moving forward, I would like to go to chapter 15. So chapter 15, I would like to go through verse 13. It's just another part. If you can just read that for me, please.
No problem. So we're staying in the book of Judges, by the way. Judges 15, verse 13, and it reads, "And they spake unto him, saying, No, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand. But surely we will not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 new cords and brought him up from the rock."
That's so I can just quickly cut there. Just to let everyone know, that was his brethren that had to bind him, because obviously his brethren were scared because of what he'd done with the 30 men and what he'd done previously. They were scared, and they rather take him as a prisoner to the Philistines, so they can do with whatever they need to do with him. So
and it's better to bind him as well, right? Because if they don't, imagine if he then attacks them. You know what I mean? It's just for their own safety, right? Yeah,
but I don't think he would do that. Because that's his family, isn't it? Like, he was the Israelite, so Well, go on. Continue. So.
Right. From verse 14 now. "And when he came unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him. And the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his hands. And he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand, and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith."
1,000.
That's crazy.
1,000 men. So forget about the 30 now.
the 30 seems so minuscule now compared to 1,000.
30 men. Trust me, there's levels.
I bet now you're thinking you could probably slew 30, right? Compared to 1,000.
I'm telling you, man. And with a jawbone of an ass, he cracked a lot of skulls, definitely, man. Man, 1,000 men. Think about it like this: men with spears, men with this, that, archers, all these things, and he destroyed them. So I want you to paint the image in your head. It's not. It really paint the image of him in your head defeating 1,000 men. 1,000 men, probably bigger than him, probably taller than him, probably. I don't know, better looking than him. I don't know.
All different sizes and abilities. You know, fighting strengths.
And he's like, nope, sweat, nope, erase, nope, sweat. Just like that. You know what I mean? It's like, it just shows his might and his power. I don't know, wanted to go through just 2 more, and then we can just take it from there, because I just want to, just as I said, for everyone just to get the full picture. I would like to go through chapter 16 on Judges. So chapter 16, just looking at it now. Let's say 28. I would like to go through 28. If you can just read that for me.
Okay.
Guys, just to bear in mind, I can read, but obviously this man, he's like a scholar.
So, Judges 16, verse 28 reads, "And Samson called unto the Lord and said, O Lord God, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once, O God, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was borne up, of the one with his right hand, and of the other with his left. And Samson said, let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might. And the house fell upon the lords, and upon all the people that were therein. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life.
That's deep. That is
a lot of people.
That is a lot of people again. Yeah, I know I'm sounding like a parrot right now, but again, look at his might. But what do we notice out of all these scriptures that we just read? We noticed his spirit. He always relied on who?
The God of Israel.
The only true and living God. Yeah. The great big G, the true and living God. Yeah. He relied on his power. You notice that there was no one point of all the scriptures that we read, as you just read and I was listening to, there was not one part in in his events and his stories that he did not call upon the God of Israel. So what strength was that? It wasn't the physical strength. Yeah, it appeared physical because he was doing it. But where was his drive? Where was it deeply coming from? Where did that come from? So even just to conclude this whole thing that we're reading, let's go to keep on the same chapter. Keep on the same chapter if you can, and then if you could please read 17
from 1.
Chapter 16 verse 17. Sorry.
Okay, so that reads, that he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man.
See that? So that was his exclusive membership. That was the thing that binded him to the God of Israel.
That also was a big, if you could say, a secret.
Well, of course it is. No, it was a secret. He wasn't supposed to tell that to Delilah. You know what I mean? But this is what women do, man. They've got strength that we will never see, bro. They've got that strength, I'm telling you, bro. Lord, make me want to sweat right now. But they've got, and that's the thing. He brought her. She managed to get it out of him and told the secret. That was his exclusive membership to be the man that he was. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He was a Nazarite. He had them locks. When that shaved it made him, when he had got his hair shaven, he lost that. He was basically disconnected from the God of Israel. As we all know, guys, the God of Israel is the God that's in this book. It's not Yahweh, Yahoo. It's none of these gods. It's the God of Israel. In this book. That's who we're referring to, by the way. I hope you all know that. So that's what Samson lost. So that's what was Samson's strength. Furthermore, because that was his strength, that was his foundation, being a Nazarite. When he called upon the God of Israel was there, just like that. It was like an Amazon Prime delivery. Come straight to your door. Take it.
Quick.
That's how it worked. That's how Samson was. So it wasn't about the physical. Anyone can look physically strong. It doesn't mean nothing. Look, as I said, again, I don't like to keep saying it. I'm not trying to come across in no way and try and promote myself, but I'm just saying it. It's just I'm trying to come from a humble perspective to say that it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything if you haven't got the true and living God behind you. That's what's driving you, and that's the part of the survival. But as I said, we're gonna feed it. We're gonna slowly let it use that. So moving forward, so this is the example. So I like the fact that you even brought up that. I was thinking of someone else that we spoke about, but Samson, it was something that was on the top of the back of my head, hence why I wrote it down as well. And that's what I'm trying to say. You see two sides of Samson. You see the physical side and you see the spiritual side.
Yeah.
What outweighs the most? Like, what do we see that outweighs the most?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
blatantly the spiritual side.
The spiritual side does.
This is what Elder was more or less referring to when he spoke to my brother Ricardo when he was a big man.
Yeah.
That's what he was more referring to. He was referring
but see, back then, I'm sure your brother Ricardo must have thought he's talking about, surely it's the physical side, right? Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't thinking of the spiritual side.
No. From when I spoke to him, he actually questioned it. I remember him telling me, he was like, "What does that even, like?" He was like, "What does that mean?" And obviously, the more you're in this nation and you groom yourself into a soldier, it teaches you that it's not about the physical, man.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it's not about the physical. I've seen it. I've been in. Look, I'm always going to talk from a fighting perspective because that's how I've been brought up. That's what I've seen. Like Israel, my life, it's always taught me about fighting. It's always taught me about fights, and I've seen it. I've seen it with guys that are, again, which I said earlier, like I've seen it with guys that are big, like, or muscly, or they look the part. They've got the mean face. They've got the little skull, like,
scary looking.
Cross-eyed, they're looking funny. Then when you like play with them, and you break their roll down a bit, man, and the spirit want to leave their body. What happens? So like, the first one like that, the next one like that. They look like a little rabbit. You feel like stroking their head, like they just. The spirit's left and they're broken men. You get what I'm trying to say? Because it goes to show the physical don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. It, as I said, it has some kind of thing to it, but again, Samson just proved it. Samson proved it. Samson proved that the only way he had this might to rip open a lion and to pull over the pillars and to
slew the 30 men.
And the 1,000 part. The only way he knew how to do that is because he knew he had the true and living God on his side. He knew that was his source. Hence why
that was the whole driving force behind it.
Hence why when Saul lost his connection to the God of Israel, that's why he crumbled, because he knows without this, you ain't got no lifeline. There's as it stays in the Bible, there's many other gods. Even the Philistines. You know, furthermore, if you delve into this to the story, you see that the Philistines tried to. They started praising their god. I think the god was called Dagon. The god was called Dagon, and they're giving them praise. They're like, "Yeah, man, praise us! Look, this Dagon, we're like," and drinking and being merry and all that. Because they said, "Yeah, look, we got Samson. We took him." And they
he actually mentions it here.
He mentions
verse 23. Dagon, their god. It mentions it in verse 23.
What chapter is that? 16.
Still in 16. Yeah, staying in 16.
Okay.
Let me just read that.
Read that, man. Okay,
So it reads here in Judges 16, verse 23. Then the lords of the Philistines gathered them together for to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon, their god. See, mentions it. And to rejoice.
And that's a great reward. That's a great reward to catch Samson, a man of God. To catch him, got him, binded him, made him look like a fool. They dug out his eyes. This was like the biggest reward. Right? Biggest reward. So they're partying, man, raving, doing all of that, enjoying their life because they knew they catch someone great. So they're celebrating to their God. And you know what the funniest thing about it? This is what I love about our God. This is what I love about the God of Israel. Is that he's the God that he doesn't let himself known to everyone, but when it's time to strike, he's coming for you.
He'll know about it.
He's not on the street corner. You never heard him on the street corner.
The street preachers.
But nah, man, this God, he doesn't move like that. He doesn't want to know about all these people, and that's why they thought they won. Because they catch Samson and thinking, that was our God, this and that, and
that's it.
And they start to think they're superior now. But when Samson said, you know what, let me die with these people. Let me die with these people. Like God of Israel, let me avenge myself and die with these people. The God of Israel came through, man, destroyed everyone there. They didn't see that coming. Probably Dagon went to pieces too. Dagon was like, whoa, let me come out of this piece where I walk.
I'm sure at that point they must have even lost some faith in their God. You know,
of course, man.
You know, where's our God to help us now?
Dagon went back on the top shelf. I'm telling you, where Dagon wasn't having no peace with it. Where Dagon up to left, and this is what we gather. This is what we get from this story. it shows again, as I said, it shows his might, but it shows that his source was the God of Israel. I want to give another explanation. So I know that, as I said, that was just something that was thinking on top of my head. So I've written down a few notes there. But this one, I did want to talk about David.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great character. That's a great character there.
Oh yeah, man. It's because, you know what I mean, Edward, you and I know that people are probably laughing at me because every time when I talk here, I always talk about this.
I know he's one of your favourite characters.
I'm telling you, man. You think I always, you know what? Sometimes, you know, when we was a kid back in the day, right? Obviously, being black, we never really had no one that, like, role models to look up to, and if we did, it was like Superman, it was Batman, it was
all the action
Power Rangers,
heroes.
mine was Powerpuff Girls. I'm joking. No, it wasn't. No, don't hold that against me, you know. But everyone had like something that we looked up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And my one was, I never really had that. So now I've got someone that's real, someone that comes from our ancestors, that one comes from our history. And David is that's my hero there. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's my hero. When I look in the Bible and I see David and how he was, I'm just like, boy, that I can't stop talking about him. And there's so much to extract from his stories. The stuff that he's been through. Like we as people always want to go on to the next thing. We hear a nice quote. Oh, that was a beautiful quote, man. Next one. That was a beautiful quote. Next one, nah, man. You got to learn to let it marinate, let it nurture you.
We don't take it in.
You see what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
That's what I get from when I read the David story. I can always take from it, like, there's never enough. It's like going to all you can eat buffet. You go there tomorrow, you'll go there next week, you'll keep going there because you can never get enough of the taste of it. You know what I mean?
Get as much as you can, fill up.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. Woo, I can't wait to get through this, man. Right. So no, but you know, you're 100% right, bro. So right, so I want to talk about David. Let's talk about David. So what? How can I put this in? I don't want to give away too much. Right. So talking about David, obviously one of the famous one, what he's still even known for, even to this day. Everyone uses it. Everyone uses it.
I know which one you're gonna say.
D and G. We're not talking about Dolce & Gabbana. We're talking about no brand. Dolce & Gabbana. We're talking about that. We're talking about David and Goliath, the famous one. This story, one
of the biggest bouts of all time.
Yeah, man. Innit? Biggest fight of all time. This one, as we got to understand, before we even go for that, I think we should give the God of Israel the props that is needed from him. Because the God of Israel doesn't do things in big numbers, as it states in Deuteronomy. He chose us because we were the few, not because we was great in numbers. He always likes to go against, is it the grain, I should say? He's not one of these gods that will do things what can easily happen. He always likes to do it in a place where it's not possible. He always likes to be best thing. He's always the underdog in every situation.
That's the best way to put it.
If I was to put a bet and he was the underdog, oh my gosh, right? He's always the underdog in these situations. And this is the example, David and Goliath. Because we got to understand, like, before we quickly go into this, maybe we should just give it like a little background check. I mean, what do you know about David?
Well, I know that he obviously slew Goliath. He was much smaller than Goliath as well in size.
Such a spoiler. Go and give it.
Sorry about that. I had to.
I'm going to talk after this video.
That bit just sticks out for me the most. Like, you know, the sheer size difference. Obviously, we're going to go through it, but it's just,
it's a sheer size difference. But let's break it down even further. Let's go into more detail. I love the story, man. You can see the passion of me talking now. I'm saying this, isn't it? I'm like a little kid.
You're smiling all throughout when you mention it.
I'm telling you, man. I feel like a fat kid at a candy store. Right. So when we look at this story, we've got to remember David's background story. David was a farm boy. He was there to keep the sheep in place. That's what was his job. Goliath, now, on the other hand, I mean, let's talk about fighting a little bit. Let's talk about, I don't want to, I mean, from what I understand, I'll just give you an example from my experience. Like, I know when I used to go to box, back in the day, I remember when you used to beat, obviously boxing's a very brutal sport.
Yeah.
Elder used to make fun of me and say, "Yeah, you're not supposed to be in boxing. You're too soft." Probably keep saying about my looks. I don't know why he's saying that, but he goes, "Oh, you're too soft." But I remember, I love Elder to bits, man. But no, I remember when I used to fight. I'm telling you, man. When we had to get them sparring and we had to get ready to go to war. Yeah, I remember when you're beating someone so bad, like. Their blood becomes your blood. Their blood comes all onto you.
Yeah, it goes onto you.
It's a very brutal thing, and you only can get better at it when you go through real hard times.
Yeah.
When you get them little battle scars.
Yeah.
It's not just that you can just go in there and start fighting. Because I'm telling you, you've seen it on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
You've seen it where people come in and they're coming with the windmills.
Exactly.
And they get hurt really
it's
bad.
Not like that. Yeah. There's techniques to it as well.
You've got to have experience.
You come in with all them windmills, someone will catch you somewhere else. You just swing your arms like that, they might catch you down there.
They're like, come. Yeah, exactly. Come. They're waiting for you. Think of Goliath now. That's boxing is nothing. Think of war. Now. That's like there's a big separation there.
Yeah.
War is when you're, without sounding too explicit, it's a lot more gruesome. There's a lot more blood involved. You got to clean out your ears. You got to clean your fingertips every minute. You got to sharpen your sword. You got to be right mentally. There's so much. There's so much to it.
With war as well, there's like no holds barred. Anything goes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Anything goes.
Exactly. Like anything goes, and that's the thing, and that's what he's seen. Could you imagine the deaths that he's seen? Could you imagine the people the things that he's done? He's a warrior. He's a fighter, killer. He's been a killer since he was in his youth, as it states in the Bible. He weren't just any kind of guy. Furthermore, 9'9". Have you ever seen a 9'9"
Never
guy at this day and age? I mean, I always imagine. I always look at the ceiling. I always look at.
For me, thinking of someone 9'9", okay, I'll think of people that you would only see in like the Guinness Book of Records.
Exactly.
Like the Guinness Book of Records, when you look in it and you see like the world's tallest man or whatever who might have passed away years ago, but today, in this day and age, you won't just casually see like a 9'9" person just walking out on the street.
Exactly.
6 foot and over, maybe
7 foot.
7
and
foot. Yeah.
Do you notice with a lot of these 7 foot people? Excuse me. Do you notice with a lot of these 7 foot people or 8 foot people, whatever? Do you know how clumsy they move? Have you seen them?
Yeah, it's true.
It's hard to move. Like I see one in K1, like it's some kind of kickboxing combat kind of thing. I've seen how they move. And they're very like and they're rushing and they're trying to
very clumsy.
They're very clumsy, very slow. It's and they move. But if they catch you, you're finished.
That's it.
You're done.
That's it.
But that's if they catch you. But that's it. Goliath, furthermore, I'm. By the way, I just want everyone to know this right now. The only reason why I'm bringing up Goliath, because I can shut him down. I want to bring him up. I want to let everyone know the opponent that Goliath had. It wasn't. Goliath. I want everyone to know the opponent that David had. It wasn't just any man. This is why I'm building this guy up. I'm prepping this up. I'm selling a fight, if you will. So he wasn't, as me and my brother was saying, he was basically a warrior. He was a fighter, man. He was a fighter. He had all the experience that you need. Furthermore, he was 9'9". Furthermore, he was feared by the Israelite men. Israelite men too that were warriors that went out there to war. Knowing that we've got a true and living God, does that him alone, being 9'9", having the equipment that he had, which weighed a lot,
all
and going to war,
body armor and everything.
Furthermore, he defied the armies of the living God. Like he was there to show you that I'm not scared of none of you. Let me take your head. Let me feed you to the fowls of the air. He wasn't a guy to play around with. According to David, he was. Let's go into that.
This is great what Orlando's just mentioned as well about Goliath's statistics and structure, because think about it, with all those stats and structure, right? Everything is not against him but with him. Like if you was to put a bet on this fight, you would probably say, you know what, Goliath's gonna win. Straight up from hearing the stats. When you go to watch a boxing match and you see the two fighters' stats, height, weight, this and that, how many battles won and stuff, you'll definitely, without a doubt, put all your money on
Oh my
that
gosh,
life.
like, yeah, man, I'll put all my money in that, man. I'll put my kids' life savings in there. I'll put my wife, I'll tell my wife, I'll be like, trust me, wife, we're going to make some money tonight. When we do something, she's going to post me or something. But yeah, but I mean,
everyone can obviously see from the outset, and you're just looking at the outer appearance, right? You can see, like, right, this guy is definitely going to demolish David. Right. You know, that's what I'll be running through your head. I can't lose this bet. You know,
right? No, you're 100% right, man. And this is what the fight was now. So now they're coming to fight. Yeah. And now what we've just told you, we explained who Goliath was. We explained who David was. We're gonna go elaborate on David a bit more. Yeah. But we're just trying to let everyone know who David's opponent was. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So, bro, if you can read. Have you got any scriptures in mind?
I might have one or two later on.
Yeah, okay.
Which bit did you want to go through now?
Well, I've written one down. Samuel chapter 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to read Samuel chapter 17. There's a specific part I want to read, like, because we will come back to thereafter. And as you said, you've got a part to read in there too. So I'll quickly just read this one little scripture, and then we'll go back to it when obviously when you're ready. So I want to talk about so Samuel chapter 17. If you can read for me, I'm just trying to find the things, big thumbs. Right. So, oh man, see, I thought I had the page. There we go. Okay. So if you can read for me, please, 43
from 43
to, let's say, 49.
Okay. All right, so that's Samuel
to 50. 50. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so that's 1 Samuel, chapter 17, from verse 43 to 50. Yeah, and it reads here. And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. And the Philistine said to David, Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field.
Go on, Goliath, go on.
No, but all the chats there right now.
I know it.
Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee, and take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel.
Yeah.
And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth, not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands. And it came to pass, when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine. And David put his hand in his bag, and took thence a stone, and slang it, and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him. But there was no sword in the hand of David.
By the way, guys, before we continue moving forward, deep scripture, man. Before we continue moving forward, if you can please like and subscribe, I would really appreciate that, because you know you're only going to hear this truth in the Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries. So please, if you are listening to this, we would really appreciate if you would like and subscribe. Yeah, don't just obviously like what you're hearing, press the button. Yeah, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to share the video as well. You know, to friends, family. You know,
man. Yeah, because there's some stuff we are going to discuss today.
Yeah.
Stay in the house after this. Yeah? No, thank you. We would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So reading that story, what does that show again? that short story, what did it say? This day will the Lord deliver thee into thine hand. Yeah. So this is David talking right now. I just want to quickly go back over this again, just to elaborate on it. So, no, let's go to 45 actually. Yeah. Let's go to 45. Yeah. Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will I deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee, and take thine head from thee. And I will give thee the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, and all the earth may know there is a God in Israel. Yeah? Hear what he's saying there. Guys, throw in some sevens to that chat. See if you can relate to me. There's a God in Israel.
Some sevens and fires.
Yeah. Fire! Yeah. You got to send that, man. Even be creative with it. Let us know. Let us know you're feeling what we're feeling, because this was what he's letting them know. You got to remember, there's so many gods out there. Mm-hmm. David is making a statement here. Yep. Yeah. To the Goliath, who no one doesn't want to fight. A man of war, a killer. No one does want to fight him for somewhat, I guess, valid reason to some degree, I guess.
Probably some fear as well.
Yeah. I know. Definitely fear. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, David might have felt a certain way, but he knew that this man should not be disrespecting the Israelite nation, the Israelites. Yeah. This uncircumcised Philistines. Hint, there was no one circumcised except the Israelites back in the days. Right? That's a big hint there. Yeah. But this is what you got to understand, is that he did not, he understood that this is the Lord's battle. This is the Lord's battle. Yeah. This is what it shows. The spirit is stronger than the flesh. The spiritual strength is stronger than the physical. It holds there's no comparison. And this is what we've got to understand. That's why David managed to slew Goliath. This is why, David's got many stories. But we're going to go back to that. We are going to hit on that very soon. Yeah, we are going to go back to that, because I think there's a few things we can still take from that, I believe. Yeah,
it shows the spiritual is more than the physical, right? Because obviously, like we mentioned earlier, you see the statistics and the attributes of Goliath compared to David, right? If it was just looking at that, you would think that the physical would prevail over David, right? But you see how David had faith in his God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, right? And when he called upon him, he had that spirit in him. He had the faith as well, and the belief that he would, win this battle. And with such, he didn't even come with weapons like how Goliath came with. He just came with the simplest items, and he managed to slew him.
Slingshot that can't even sink into your forehead.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a sign.
Imagine the force behind him even slinging that stone from the slingshot. And just like that, one shot, one time, and he managed to slew him.
Because he wasn't working with just the flesh, man.
Yeah.
That spirit came, that feeling, that it came from somewhere. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like that woman. It's like that woman that had a kid under the car. Yeah. And she just lifted up the car.
Yeah.
Why is that? Yeah. It's the same thing with David. The spirit drove him because he believed in it. And this is how we work. This is how things work. So now let's go a bit more deeper now. We're going to go even more deeper. We're going to really unveil this title today. Yeah, because it's such a very important title. Yeah, because it's, as I said again, it's something that we all experience in our life. I've definitely experienced it in my life. About strong and being and surviving. We all experience it. So I really want to unveil this title today, as well as my big bro. Alright, so we're going to talk about Right, so there's something I've written down on this one, yeah?
Okay, no problem.
Oh, by the way, I know you said you wanted to go to some, but if you do find it on a thingy, just let me know.
I was just thinking of Psalm 27, but I'm not sure if...
Oh, yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. Yeah. Oh, wow. I was actually going to go through that, you know? What? Go on.
You see how the Spirit works?
I'm telling you, boy. There's one of unity. No, go on.
Right, so I was just going to go through Psalm 27, right? So it reads, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired."
Sorry. Oh, man, I know I sound like a chatterbox right now.
It's cool.
But you see that?
Yeah.
So, I know you wanted to read the whole thing.
Yeah. Go on.
You see that right there? Yeah? So, because obviously we're talking about strength.
Yeah.
What did he... That used to always get to me. You know what? Just quickly, oh, man, I don't know how to... Right. Because I remember when I was younger, I used to always see that scripture, that verse right there, yeah?
It's quite a popular song.
Yeah, it is.
Worldwide, it's quite a popular song.
Yeah, it's quite a popular song, but definitely, man. But that part in particular always used to jar me.
Right.
It always jarred me. Yeah. Think about what it's saying. Where is it? Though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. The war shall rise against me. In this I'll be confident.
Yeah.
That's about it. I'm getting too excited. This man, the war should rise against me, and this I'll be confident. Who says that? No one don't want that. No one doesn't want that.
Yeah.
The war should rise against me. In this, I'll be confident.
Yeah. It's actually quite scary as well when you think about it. It's actually quite scary. So to say them words and actually believe in it.
Because you know what, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was younger, when I used to hear that scripture, I'm thinking, would I really want to ask God? Would I say that? In this, I'll be. I was thinking, I don't know, because. Some of the battles that I went through and some of the battles we go through on a day-to-day basis, I mean, like, wait, is that something that we should think about? I mean, is that something that we should cry about? I don't know. It's hard being an Israelite as it is.
Yeah, it's true.
But to say that, but it just goes to show his mindset. It goes to show what his mindset is built, how he's built, how he got his strength in the first place. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting excited there. Go on, carry on, sorry.
It's cool. Yeah. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou sayest, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path, because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witness are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. See, I think this psalm is so powerful as well, and it's also like it's a psalm of protection as well. I see, like especially the opening bits, the first I would say first 3 or 4 verses. It's like if you're going into any battle or if you're going through any hardship in life, you know, those first 3 verses like really stand out for me, you know, to really like help you and bring your spirits up and build you up, you know, strengthen you from within.
I got you. And you know, no, you're right, man, because there was at one point I was reading the scripture quite a lot when I was going through, this is when I was going through like a, what's it, you know, is it transverse when you're changing? Okay,
I get what you, yeah.
Male female change. No, I mean like when I was changing in my life where I was trying to go inside the, I mean, understand Israelite, my history more. I started reading the scripture a lot, and it's man, you can extract so much from the scripture, man. And you can see David's heart and his mindset, and how much he believed in the God of Israel. But at the same time, I was thinking transition. And man, it just I think that's when I was going through that. That's what it made me realize. It just made me believe in more because of what it was saying. It just, do you get what I'm trying to say? There's a lot more. It was just like some assurity for myself. But as I said again, it just goes to show where David's heart was at, and why he believed in the God of Israel so much as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But just to elaborate on just one bit, I mean, I think the whole scripture really, but it's just obviously this is the highlight for me. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I say it's the highlight for me. I can't even find the verse. It's verse 3. Verse 3. When it says the war should rise against me, and this I'll be confident. What, like, how do you? First of all, as I said, I was just talking about it, saying that how do you even say something like that? But let's not just think about that. What is the benefits of it? And then obviously, why would he say something like that? Like, why would he actually ask you? Why would he say the war should rise against me, and this I'll be confident? Because we got to understand as people, right? You can't. We always like to say, oh yeah, we've been blessed, and we always looking for this blessing. We're always chasing a blessing. You hear it, man. You hear it on the street corner. You hear people say,
"It's so true."
Yeah, you hear people talk about being blessed and coming to my building, coming to my church, and you'll be blessed and this and that. You always hear it, but no one doesn't want to go through that fight. No one doesn't want to go through pain. No one doesn't want to. Or they feel that they've been through far too much pain. Now give me the glory. Everyone wants glory after that. Everyone wants that glory, but they don't want to have no risk. They don't want to have no pain. There's something
they always mention about the blessings. Like it's always just blessings. Like, we're not saying that blessings is bad. Of course, by all means, be happy with your blessings and feel blessed, and be joyous that you're blessed and you got many blessings. But it's like there's too much emphasis on just the blessings alone. Nothing else. It's just the blessings alone, and blessed with like material stuff. As well. Of course. Car, house, designer clothes, gadgets and stuff. No,
I actually 100% agree with you. It's just that's what we base blessings on, and we always want to be, and we always want that. Who doesn't want sugar? Who doesn't want that sugar? Exactly.
Everyone wants the sweet, but man. No one wants the bitter, do they?
I remember, didn't you say to me back in the day when you said that in the Ghanaian culture, is it the Shanti tribe, you said that as a baby they give it the sweet and they love it, and when it's the bitter, they got
exactly when a child is born they do
it just goes to show the baby
to let the child know that now that you come into the world, there'll be some sweet times and there'll be some bitter times, so
such a good
nice times and hardships. It happens to all of us.
Yeah, man. You know what? I think that's such a good way of explaining something, because it is true, and that's what it is. But we acknowledge the bitter times, to some degree. We all do. That's why they got that big saying. Like, everyone goes along with it as well. You hear it on quotes. You go on WhatsApp. You check their status. Don't kill me makes me stronger.
It's such a big saying.
It's such a big saying. But does it really? Does it really make you stronger? Like, no. it doesn't does that really make you stronger? It doesn't make you stronger.
No.
It's like what? Yeah, sorry, go on.
There's some people. Okay, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. There's some people that'll be going through something, and it may not kill them, but it will leave them wrecked for life. Like it won't make them stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It will leave them like in bits.
I'm telling you, man. It's how you deal with. It's what you extract from your experiences. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It doesn't make you stronger. Like you can have your house robbed one time and you be distressed. So, where my phone? Where my keys? Where my TV? And he's like, that. And then it happens again, and you do the exact same thing. You get put in a mental home. Doesn't mean you learn from it. And this is what people always say. I've heard it. Like, you know what? It's funny. Just to elaborate on it quickly. Yeah. I wasn't even going to actually talk about this, but now we'll come onto this topic. Yeah. When you really hear it, I've heard a lot of people talk about like they survived, and I'm not. This is not everyone. I'm just saying it from my perspective, from what I've seen. So we've got this big social media platform. We see all these things out there, and people, everyone's getting too excited. Everyone is a motivational speaker
these days. It's true.
Everyone's talking about sucking it up, taking your big L's in life, working your craft, that, all these beautiful things, man. It sounds nice. It sounds nice.
They make it sound so easy as well.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful, but the reality of it is this is what I've seen with a lot of people. They give all these big motivational things, but behind closed doors, when you speak to them, are they really that person? A lot of the times I don't see it. And I'm not trying to like judge people, like I'll put them down, but it's just obviously I see certain things of how they said they would respond to something, and then I don't see them respond to it like that.
It's like they're not exactly practicing what they preach, right?
The only times when I've seen people do things, the only ones that I've seen are well experienced, or they show that they've learned from their past, and that is the people that are examples, like our famous elder, man. If you hear his background story and who he is as a man, you can see that he's extracted everything from what he's been through. Hence why we're even here today, because we all had to listen to his teaching coming to the Israelite Nation Worldwide Ministries. Guys, keep liking and subscribing. If you like this, please subscribe, please like it, throw some sevens in there, man. Blow up the chat room, please. Some fires if you like it, man.
Hit that notification button if you haven't done so already, so you stay up to date with all the videos.
Exactly, man. Show us that you're relating to me and my brother Ed, please. We would really appreciate it. So moving forward, as I said, Elder, it was a teacher of all teachers, man. I loved how Elder, I love how Elder teaches. And look, as I said, man, without our elder Shadrach, and the way he conducts himself, and if he didn't extract from his learning, man, how would he even teach my brother? And I look up to my brother a lot. Like I look up to him for a lot of things, and he's a powerful man. But the only way he got that is obviously from the God of Israel. And from the God of Israel, obviously, he gave us Elder. And we've got one of the most powerful leaders even today, like Elder Andel. Elder Andel, if you hear him, guys, you've got to hear him speak, man. I love hearing him speak. I love the way he talks and the power that he brings. But guess where he got it from? Obviously from the God of Israel, but he got taught from Elder, the man of God. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like he shows, that's what I'm saying, Elder always extract from his experiences. You can't, basically where I'm going with this, you can't go through things and say you've been through things and then do the complete opposite. It's like this, you got two people that start off like this, right? You get two people that start off like this. They've been, whatever they've been through, they could have been through the most traumatic experiences of their life, if it's a broken home, if it's whatever, abusive home, whatever it is. They've both been through it. But one goes that way completely, a write-off, but they're still doing the motivational speaks and all that speeches and all quotes and all that nice stuff, all that beautiful things. Then you've got one person to straight, just keeps going straight. And what do you notice from that? Is that one learned and one didn't. They just turned left. Because it doesn't matter about what the other way. Exactly, it doesn't matter what you've been through, man. It's what you take from it. It's what you take from. I've seen it with. And that's why I look at my brother, and as I said, I look at Elder because I know they're two men that have been through a lot of things. and through how they dealt with situations, taught me how to deal with my own. Very great role models, man. Very, very great role models, man.
Examples as well.
I'm sure there's a lot of other great role models in the Israelite nation, but these are the ones that's always been around.
Yeah, that come to mind.
And they've come to mind. So this is the thing, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'll never forget. So this is what. So if we delve more further into it now, we delve more further into it, into about obtaining strength. Obtaining strength, as I said, you've got to extract from what you've been through. I'm going to give an example about myself. Is one of the experiences. I'm trying to think of what's the best one to bring. Okay, so again, as I said, all I know is fighting, so I'll stick to what I know.
That's fine.
If I go anywhere else,
we've been talking about fighters all throughout anyway.
True. Because I was saying, and I was thinking, you know what it is? I don't want to be speaking and then about something else that I don't know, and then be like, so I'm always going to talk based on what I know, and what I remember, what I went through. Is I'm not sure if you can relate to this. If you can, please, man, by all means. And I never forget the time in my life where I had a dislocated shoulder. I think you knew that back in the day. You used to drive into all the
during your boxing.
So it was you, obviously it was Priest Tyrone. Shout out to Priest Tyrone.
I remember.
And I remember there was a time when I was in a bad place, man. My shoulder kept dislocating and it just kept popping out. And then one time I prayed about it. I'd done everything I was supposed to as an Israelite to go and have my prayers answered. To acquire that strength. I wanted that strength, that one hit quitter. That's what I wanted. I wanted that strength,
that whole physical strength.
Exactly. Right? What you got baby up for? So I wanted that physical strength. So after that, now I prayed and everything. My shoulder was getting better. Everything was going good. And I thought, oh my gosh, the God of Israel was with me. I'm gonna go and seek and destroy it. I've got it. So my first opponent went to go and do. So in boxing back in the day, you do like a pre-fight. A pre-fight is like a very intense sparring. Like you literally knock the person out. It's like a dry run. You know when you're going for a Formula 1 race, you dry run a few times. And you let it go. That's what you do, like in boxing. So you just let it out, see what you're about. So went in there now, all ready to go and fight. Thinking, I'm gonna lace this guy up, man. I'm gonna let him know that he's in the wrong place. He shouldn't be here. He showed me I shouldn't supposed to be there. He gave me the beating of my life. Man, we were both black, but I feel like he beat me because I was black. I never got a beating in my whole. Oh my gosh, that beating was, man. I feel like singing a Negro spiritual. He gave me the beating of my life, man. Oh my gosh, like he beat me really bad. He really beat me, and he beat me. so, but you know what? That there, it was a beating enough to make me go home and cry and think about if I should still be there or not. Right. But I knew
it made you question your whole boxing career.
Yeah, it made me question. Man, he beat me to make me question myself. That's a bad beating. Well, no disrespect to you, like you always give me the good beatings, but this guy gave me a bad beating. I'm not gonna lie. So that that made me think. That really made me think. Like, nah, man. I couldn't. Yeah, man. That was a bad beating. That was a beating to kind of make me think that if I should still be there or not.
But why was that though? Was it what? Did you go in with what kind of mindset did you go into that sparring match with? Like,
I come in there with confidence. I was ready, man. Yeah, I remember it was all, man. I felt like I was a foreigner. We went in there in a van and it was all pitch black, all sitting at the back. They don't make a noise. The police might find out. Like, because I was on a low budget boxing gym, so we had to do all of that. And I went in there ready on fire. I was so confident. And that's the thing, when you say you're so confident, and you think it's like you're most likely to win because you're confident and you're ready to go in there. And but it was a different lesson, man. That lesson, if I never took a beating like that in my life, I would never know how to fight even unto this day.
Right.
That beating put fear into me.
Yeah. See, you took something away from it.
Oh yeah, I took a beating. No, you're right, bro. Like I had to learn from that. I had to that beating made me make a choice whether I stay there or whether I go. But because I understand, and as I said, man, from this great man, Elder Shadrach, and the teachings that he gave me from our God of Israel, it taught me that you need to be tough.
Yeah.
You can't fight. You can't. It's like everyone wants the excuses. Everyone, look, I prior to that fight, I'm not sure, I didn't say this, prior to having that fight, someone told me I'm damaged goods. Someone that I looked up to in boxing, they told me I'm damaged goods. That I should quit boxing.
Right.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But obviously, this nation taught me that whatever. Don't listen to men.
See that alone could have dampened your spirit.
Exactly.
And, could have brought you down so much you would have just been like, you know what? Maybe what he's saying is right.
Well, it did.
Let me just quit.
No, it did bring me down, but it's okay because, as you said, you look at Job. Job was down. You see people in the Bible, they were down, but it's what you do with it. This is what goes back to how your makeup was.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? I had to, every lesson that I've learned and was made me grow, just like yourself, it had to be through some kind of pain. When I got the beatings from my brother, but toughen you up, take that in the arm, toughen you up. It toughens you up mentally. It gives you that strong spirit. And this is what I've learned from the Israelite nation. Israelite nation, worldwide ministries teaches you how to be tough. There's no one that's come into this nation and been weak. You come in there strong, you leave, you stay in it, and you become even stronger. Yeah. Look at, man, this brethren. I got a brethren that's around us. I don't want to say who it is because I don't want him telling me after and give me a beating. But look what he been through. I can always talk about my brother, but I want to talk about this joker. This is a big, interesting story of what he been through. He got stripped from everything he had. And he had to build it back up in Israel. It's like starting afresh. Exactly. That's strength. People always want to say that they're a fighter, man. But do you know what a fight is? I've seen it. Even seen boxers, like retired boxers, been there for 20 years, and they're always talking about, you got to box, you got to do this and do that. But they're always getting beaten up, and they can't even feel because they never extracted enough in the experience. It's deeper than just going through stuff, man. It's what you do with it.
It's true.
There's strong men in this nation, man. And this, as I said, this man that I know in the nation lost his car, lost everything, his money, lost everything that supposedly makes a man today. Got stripped naked. And look at him now today. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There's that strength. That's when this is the only strong survive. That's surviving. This is what I'm talking about. You can't. This is, and this is why I say, look, I'll give you an example. There's two more points I want to actually quickly make. It's like we think about. Look, obviously, I train people. I teach people how to fight or lose or game, whatever. And every time someone comes to me, like, I want to train, I want to do this and do that, and blah blah. And you give them little, that little bit of pain. They're like, yes. They don't want to be in the ring no more. They don't want to be in it because no one doesn't want to go through that kind of pain. Everyone's scared of that pain. And to be fair, I mean, man, pain has never been something.
It's not a nice thing.
It's never been a nice thing. But guess what? Without that pain, how was David managed to go and fight that Goliath? He had to go through certain experiences, and furthermore, he understood who he was. It goes with the training. You got to remember, all them Israelites that were there were thousands of Israelites. I don't even know the scriptures, and I think it's Samuel. I think it's the same Samuel chapter 17. When he says that, you know what, don't let no man's heart fail because of this man. I'm gonna go and fight this man. Furthermore, he was vexed. He's thinking, who's this uncircumcised Philistine that can go against the Israelites? Like go against the true and living God. Who does this man think he is?
Who do you think you are?
How does this man, a young boy, says this to 1,000 other Israelites has been on the battlefield, knows what it's about, and he hasn't been on the battlefield like that. But his understanding is there. His strength. That's his strength. He knew that he was like, I'm going to go to Father's call on the God of Israel. It was that simple for him. But even his brethren started doubting him. Don't you find that crazy? His brethren started doubting him.
Sometimes it's always the people that are closest to you that will be, nattering in your ear, words of doubt, instead of supporting you, It's always words of doubt and little nitter natter.
Exactly, man. And this is what. No, you're right. So even let's quickly skim past it. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Samuel chapter 17.
Yeah.
So I can find it. I just want to quickly skim past it. You don't really have to read it, but it's just you can see that so many people doubted Saul.
Yeah.
So many people doubted Saul at the time. Yeah. You know what? No, because we're gonna keep. I'll tell you what. We'll leave that. I'm just gonna elaborate on it because it's there, guys. Read Samuel chapter 17. First Samuel chapter 17 will explain what I'm gonna say now. Is that everyone was against him. Even his brothers are like, I know the naughtiness of thy heart. Yeah, this and that, and blah blah blah. And then even Saul was even telling that boy, Goliath was a warrior in his youth, and you're in your youth, and you ain't experienced that. Yeah. Whereas as I said, David understood. He understood, and that's his strength. That's what made him survive all his years, because he understood. He understood his training. He extracted all his experience from what he's been through. Yeah. Look at Job.
I was just about to. I'm right on there. I'm right.
Oh wow! Just read it. Go for it, man.
You know? I was just about to mention about Job, because when we was mentioned earlier about that particular brethren of ours that got stripped and lost everything, his car, home, money, and everything. The first person that came to mind was Job. Yeah. Job is the only person that comes to mind for me, and it is also one of my favorite scriptures. Right. So I'll read a bit about that right now. So Job chapter 1 from verse 1 reads, "There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household. So that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east." So he's very rich, he has a lot of, livestock, children. This guy's blessed. "And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings, according to the number of them all. For Job said, It may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually." So see, I just wanted to stop here for a sec, right? You see how he made burnt offerings unto the God of Israel, yeah? Just in case his children had sinned, right? Now, you might think that's weird, but this guy was doing it just in case, just because you never know. You never know what's going on behind closed doors, yeah? So we done it just in case, yeah? And
sorry to cut you like that. Oh gosh, we ain't even got that long left. By the way, we only got 10 minutes. But right, so just quickly. Actually, no, you know what? I'll let you finish it because I know we only got a bit of time.
All throughout, he's making these burnt offerings just in case, right? That his sons have committed any sins, so that they may be forgiven, right? And you see how he prayed unto the God of Israel and called upon him. So he's still, keeping his faith and his spirit alive, high spirits, yeah? So I'll just quickly read a little bit more. "Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God, and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face." See? Yeah. So he's being put to a test right now, yeah? So I'm not going to read the whole chapter because it is quite long and we ain't got much time, but there's 3 different occasions where Job like was struck by, you know, just the most unluckiest bad mishaps.
Losing his kids, man.
Yeah, losing his children,
Places
all those
burning
like
down.
sheep and the camels and the oxen that I mentioned about earlier that he's got. He lost everything. He lost everything, and he was broken down. You know, and I don't know how you deal with that, but me personally, oh man, that would break me.
Hey, for real.
That would break me. Losing everything. What?
Even just losing one child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know
That
how we
alone
are
is-
to our
yeah,
kids.
exactly,
Like, imagine losing one child and then, I mean, oh, you finished reading?
Yeah,
There is
yeah,
one
yeah.
part. Oh, it's just this
Yeah,
part
go-
was to
go for it,
conclude
go
of
for
it.
it,
It
yeah.
said, then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord have taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all his jobs sinned not, and not charged God foolishly.
Yeah.
Discipline right there.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that is a fight right there.
And humility
So,
as well.
humility.
Yeah.
You're right, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, I'm so glad you even brought that up, because I never even thought, oh my God,
Yeah.
but thank you, bro. Teamwork. But this is where it is. This is another example of why this is what I'm trying to say. This is another example of what is a fight. Because just quickly, just to conclude, because I'm sure we ain't got that long left now. As I said, it's something that you got to question. Yeah, it's something that we've got. It's something that we've got to question. Something that we've got to really think about, man. Because everyone likes to feel that they're going to a fight, and to be fair, you have think about it, to be fair, a lot of people have got a lot of struggles in their life. They've been through a lot of stuff and everything.
That's
when-
life in general, right?
Yeah.
Like, life wouldn't be life if it didn't have its ups and downs.
Exactly.
You know?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
So, but in terms from an Israelite or a religious perspective, you got to question: are you really fighting? Are you really surviving? Because from everything from me and my brother just explained to you, is that it requires a fight. Like, look, as you know, the devil, as we all know, the other side is only against the people that are in this book and following everything from this book. And who are the people in this book? The Israelites. Yeah. He's only going to come for them. He's not coming for the Christians. He's not coming for the Muslims. He's only coming for these people in the book.
Yeah.
So you got to question: are you really fighting? Or are you taking all the sweetness? You taking all the blessings?
Yeah.
You're waiting for that parcel up the road. There's waiting at that train station. So come, you're blessed. Yeah. And all these people and other nations out there is quickly trying to pull you in and say, just pull this on, put this on your head, and then you're blessed. Nah,
so
it's deeper than
simple.
that. It's so simple. No, that's sweet, man. That's nice. And then I could eat pork, and then as long as I pray with it, we're good.
It makes it okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could do something bad, but God's got me, man. He'll forgive me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna serve God by myself because I can't deal with these people, man.
Yeah.
Me and God, I'm gonna call you later. Yeah. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah. Imagine how easy life would be if it was that straightforward.
That's like, like when I get one of the people that tell me that they're a boxer and they're hitting the bag and all that, and it's nice, and when they get to a fight, it's like
start throwing the hissy punches.
Exactly. It's you gotta obtain strength through going through pain or some kind of pain. And this is what the Israelite nation teaches you. And when you go through that pain, you get rewarded greatly. But it's not about this being rewarded, guys. It's about serving this God. It's a duty to serve the true and living God. We're so caught up in getting blessings. No, you should be getting caught up in serving this God. This is what we're born to do. This is our purpose.
Yeah. Think about what comes before the blessings comes. Something's got to come before it, right?
Exactly.
You know?
Faith, beginning, and wisdom, using humility. All these things come into play. It's not just about getting these blessings, and this is what these other nations forget. They can just serve God and go home. No, we're soldiers, man.
Yeah.
We have to, if no one hasn't listened to Elder Andel's lesson, if no one hasn't listened to Elder Andel's lesson, I think it's called The Fallen Angels, please listen to it. You would understand who the devil is against. He's not against the Christians when they get back behind me, Jesus, and against the Muslims, and he's not against them. He's against us. He wants to turn us away. You know what? stuff I went through just to go and give this lesson to this whole week. It's been a nightmare. Oh man, because he's on our case.
Yeah, even that's what my brother Orlando mentioned here about other denominations saying, "Get thee behind me, Satan." You can see it in the story of Job, where Satan was walking up and down in the earth.
Yeah,
you know, and he came and conversed with God,
and he becomes like a roaring lion seeking who he may devour.
Yeah,
you really think you're gonna spend time on that person who's got a little cross in the hand when the Bible shows that the cross was never a good thing? Yeah, but yet people are walking around with it. And then what? And then you think the devil's gonna try and get you. You already got.
Yeah.
When you're not serving in this Bible, you already got. You ain't got no fight there. The fight is here.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And this is what I feel like we should. This is what I think we need to understand. And I'm not out there. Me and my brother, we're not out there to put down other nations, but we're out here to tell the truth. Yeah. When you're part of this nation, as I said, you're part of the fight. So now, when you really check this title now, what we've been speaking about today, the only strong survive. Are you really strong? Are you really surviving? If you think you're strong, hey, you're strong. Are you really surviving? The question is, what are you surviving? What have you learned, and what are you surviving? Because that's what is really that's the thing. That's the really crucial point that you need to really think about. As I said, guys, like just don't. Yeah. Okay, we've got to finish now. We've got like literally a few times up. I mean, we only got like a few minutes now, but please, guys, just like and subscribe. Yeah, please like and subscribe, man. Come on, I know you heard some truth today, and it's gonna nourish in your body well. Yeah, I'm not trying to be boastful here. I'm just saying because this is the God of Israel's teaching, man. It's nothing to do with me or my brother. This is the God of Israel's teaching. Please like and subscribe so we can get onto a bigger platform so everyone can hear the truth. Because you see, man, you see the Israelite nation, and then when you see related videos there, you see someone said, "Have you accepted Jesus in your life?"
Yeah, exactly.
And that's curly L'Oreal hair.
Exactly.
Hey, Jesus got some nice hair. Yeah, you see all of these related things, and there's nothing there related to the truth.
Yeah.
You see these Hebrew Israelites, you see all these people there, but nothing is related to this truth. So guys, please like and subscribe. It will help us massively because we want to get the truth out there. We no longer want people to be deceived, because everyone reads this Bible and no one don't understand it. So please, guys, continue to throw them sevens in there. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Well. Tell everyone about it, because I said, guys,
share the video.
100%.
And also feel free to browse our channel and watch all our other videos as well. We've got plenty of videos on there, plenty of videos, lots of other lessons that have been given, not just on Fridays but on Saturdays too. You can tune in as well. You know, they're all on there for you to view. You know, share, like, subscribe. You know, hit the notification bell as well, so you will always get a notification whenever we upload a new video.
Okay, yeah, guys, thank you very much. And the conclusion for today is just bearing, as I said, the only strong survive. Are you really surviving? And if you are surviving, what are you surviving? And what is your strength and how you obtain it? I hope you really take something from this, guys. And as I said, I'm not trying to say the truth is bitter. It's sweet, but at the same time, the truth is not as easy as you think it is, as we all know. Yeah? But peace, guys. Thank you for listening to us. And peace.
Seeing the seven flames, my spirit my kingdom now.